Alright guys, this is DirtRoad Garage and we're going to tell you how to change the oil on your Honda Fourtrax TRX300. Alright, to change the oil on your Honda Fourtrax 300, you're going to need 3 quarts of 4-stroke motorcycle oil, 10W40, a K&N or any applicable filter. The K&N number is 113, a 17mm ratchet, and an 8mm. It's easier to use it if it's on a screwdriver like this. And then you're going to need a funnel, a rag, and a drain pan. And a jack will make it a little bit easier so you can get to that drain plug. And that's really all you need. So the first thing you're going to want to do is start it up, let it run for a little bit, and get the oil warm. Alright, now that she's all warmed up, I'm going to shut her off and drain the oil. To make the oil drain faster, you can pull out your dipstick so that the fluid will just flow straight through. As you can tell, the oil in this is real black and nasty, and that is no bueno. To undo the drain plug, you need a 17mm socket, and it is right here underneath the frame. There should be the only hole right underneath the motor. Alright, so you're going to want to loosen it and then get it off by hand. Oh,
it's splooging.
Yep, looks pretty old. After your oil's done draining, you want to get right here. This is where your oil filter is. You got 3 8mm bolts that you need to take off, and those should crack right off, and that's where your oil filter is. See this? Oh, now that you got your bolts off, you're gonna pull this off carefully,
because it will.
It is gonna leak a little bit of oil out for you. Alright, and there's your old filter, which is way old. Should have been replaced ages ago. So once you get this off, you're going to wipe down all the old nasty oil. There is some actual like sludge in there, like not even oil, just sludge. But you're going to want to make sure that that O-ring is still on here so that you get a nice tight seal. There's actually 2 O-rings. There's the one around this, and then there's the one right there where that bolt goes. And that's actually where the oil flows through. So definitely need that that O-ring on there. And if your filter comes with an O-ring, just replace the one that you already have on here if it needs to be replaced. If not, just keep it aside in case one day you do need to replace it. Also, sometimes when you change it, this spring will come out, and you want to make sure that you get that put back.
Wipe it clean.
Yep. Wipe down your mess. Alright, so you're going to want to take your new filter. And there is a little gasket on one side, and on the other side doesn't have a little O-ring. You're going to want the spring to go on the part that does not have the O-ring. So your spring will just go back over that little prong that it was on, and then your oil filter goes on that. Then you get your filter cover, line up your filter, and put it back together. Like that. Hold it in place and screw your bolts back in. So then when you got your new filter put in and your filter cover back on, you want to get your drain plug, make sure it's cleaned off pretty well. You don't want any sand or weird debris getting in there. And then you put this back in. Alright, once you get your drain plug back in and snugged up, you can refill it with oil. It takes, depending on where you live, it takes different oils, but for pretty much everywhere, you're good with 1040 4-stroke motorcycle oil, and it takes a little over 2 quarts. Alright, for your last quart, since it only takes 2.3 quarts, you're going to want to use up until that 20-ounce line, because then you're using about 12 ounces.
12 quarts?
Yeah, you're using about 12 ounces of the last quart. You're doing just under 2.5. There you go, put your dipstick back in, put it on level ground, start it up, and you're good to go. Remember to always recycle your old used oil at any auto parts store or recycling.